How to build an aesthetic physique. Most people go to the gym to work out. Very few people go to the gym to actually build something. And that distinction alone explains why most people train for years and never change how they look. Working out isn't just about movement. Training is intentional development. If you don't know what you're building, you're not training. You're just burning time. You're just working out. An aesthetic physique doesn't happen by accident. It's instead engineered, and it gives you the highest return on investment you can get from going to the gym. Aesthetics matter. People would like to pretend that aesthetics don't matter, but they do. It's not because of vanity, but because aesthetics are a signal. They signal discipline, they signal structure, and they signal standards. Your body is the most honest feedback system you'll ever have. It doesn't care about what you intend to do. It only reflects what you do consistently. And that's why building an aesthetic physique changes your life. It forces alignment. This is where most people go wrong, though. Most people work out instead of train. Working out is random. It's good for you, but it is random. Training is deliberate. Training answers questions in advance. What am I building? What am I prioritizing? What am I developing relative to everything else? If your training doesn't answer those questions, you're just working out. And working out in the gym doesn't equal aesthetic physique results. Now, I did fall victim to this. I've been working out for about 4.5 years. In my first 3 years, I was just working out. My last 1.5 years, I've been training. So, I understand, guys. But it's okay. Because you have time, and you can fix it, and you can build your aesthetic physique. The foundation of an aesthetic physique is your frame. Before your arms, before your chest, before your abs, your frame determines how your body looks in clothes, from a distance and in real life. That means broad shoulders, wide lats, a controlled waist. Ideally, I say we want to get the waist as small as possible. And this is why delts and lats always need to be a priority in your training. They create your presence. You could have muscle everywhere, but if your frame isn't built, your physique won't stand out. Delts are non-negotiable. Side delts and rear delts are king. Now, that does not mean that we skip front delts. I know a lot of people say, I don't hit front delts. I hit front delts enough. You still want to hit front delts, but side delts, rear delts, front delts, in that order. They create width. They make your waist look smaller, your side and your rear delts. They give your physique that athletic, dominant silhouette. If you want to look built year-round, not just under perfect lighting, your shoulders must be overdeveloped relative to the rest of your body. I'm going to say that again. Your shoulders must be overdeveloped relative to the rest of your body. We are creating proportions. We're not just going to the gym and training. We don't want everything to look the same. We don't want our shoulders and our legs to be on the same level. This requires high frequency, controlled reps, high volume. I'm a high volume guy. I'm natural. I believe volume is the number one lever for naturals. Because after a certain while, we're not just going to be getting stronger every day. Like, you're not going to be lateral raising 170-pound dumbbells. So I don't care if you've been lifting for 15 or 20 years. You're not going to be lateral raising even 120-pound dumbbells. You're going to have to get to a point to where you have other levers to pull. And if quote-unquote intensity, which for most people just means upping the weight, even though there's more ways to intensify your workout than that. If that's the only lever that you have to play with, you're going to end up getting stuck as a natural. We don't ego lift. We don't just do random sets, but we do reps and we do volume, and we make sure that it serves a purpose. The lats, they build the upper body identity. Your lats determine how powerful your upper body looks from every angle, from the front view, from the side view, and from the back view. Underdeveloped lats make everything else look smaller. And I'll take it a step farther. Developed lats, but lats that aren't developed slightly better than other areas of your body, also make everything else look smaller. If your lats are weak, your arms look smaller, your waist looks wider, your posture suffers. So pulling movements isn't optional, and lat-focused pulling isn't optional, it's mandatory. Honestly, I say you should do chin-ups or pull-ups every single day. Truthfully, I've been doing that for the last month or two. These clips I'm showing you guys are pretty old, but my back has came up just from that. It's very low. It's very low fatigue on the CNS. If you're watching this, you should be lean enough to where you could do sets of 5 to 10. Like, you shouldn't be struggling to do a whole bunch of pull-ups. They should be very low fatiguing on the CNS. They could be done daily, and your tendons, your elbows should adjust. Now, don't go and do 300, 400 before you even get started, but start off just doing 20 to 30 and progressive overload those up to where I'm going to start doing 100 chin-ups a night eventually. Right now, I'm at 50. My next point, biceps over triceps. Yes, on purpose. I understand that triceps make up a larger portion of the arm, but that does not mean that they dominate visually. Biceps shape the arm, and biceps are the most aesthetic body part between the biceps and the triceps. The biceps are more aesthetic. They create the peak, they define the front and the side profile, and like I said, they make the arm look aesthetic. I always prioritize biceps over triceps now. I haven't in the past, and my triceps and biceps are pretty even, but I'm working on getting my biceps more dominant than my triceps. Triceps matter, but aesthetics, not anatomy charts. That's what we're focusing on. If I was just going off for just what the anatomy chart will say, yes, the tricep is 2/3, the bicep is 1/3. I get that. But for aesthetics, biceps over triceps. I'll take it a step farther. Forearms over triceps. Biceps, forearms, triceps in that order. Your forearms are always visible. They're seen in daily life. They signal strength immediately, and they complete the arm. A big arm with weak forearms does not look good. Direct forearm training is non-negotiable if aesthetics matter to you. If aesthetics matter to you, you must be doing direct forearm training. Next, we're on the abs. Abs don't respond to creativity. They respond to frequency and consistency. I say, just like I say you should be doing chins or pull-ups every day, you should be doing sit-ups every single day. Yes, you can still do some direct ab training on like your leg days, which I do, where you hypertrophy the abs, specifically focused on progressive overloading, like a cable crunch, some weighted knee bends, some weighted leg raises, stuff like that. But sit-ups every night before you go to bed. Honestly, train the abs daily. And like I talked about the CNS, they're very low fatigued on CNS, so they just add to the calories that you burn for the day. If you don't even want to look at it as, I'm training abs a lot, just look at it as being active. Like, include that into your activity. Just like we walk, a lot of us, we like to get a certain amount of steps in a day, and that just adds to our overall activity. Treat doing sit-ups like that. Like, genuinely, I believe that's great advice. I really believe that's great advice. Your abs, they tighten your waist. I'm 6'2", and I have a 28-inch waist, which is really good. They improve your posture, they improve lifts, and they complete the physique. You don't stumble into visible abs. And you don't want to be one of those dudes that's like 11, 12% body fat with weak-ass abs, because we've all seen it. Develop the abs. And as a matter of fact, that was me when I first got lean. I was like 10% body fat with weak abs because I was only training them like once a week, twice a week. I wasn't really going hard. Now let's get on the legs, man. Your legs, they must match the hips. The legs are not about size for just the sake of size. I see this all the time, man. We don't want our legs just sweeping over. We don't want our quads just sweeping over. We want a V-taper. We don't want that X-frame type of physique. So legs must stay aligned with your hips. I stopped using abductor and adductor machines about 8 months ago because I realized that I was overdeveloping those portions of my legs. And overdeveloping those portions of legs create awkward proportions. Aesthetic legs are about balance, symmetry, and clean lines. They're not about bodybuilder, cartoon type of development. Don't over-obsess on quads. You want the quads to be built for sure, but after they're built, you want to focus on keeping them lean. You want all those crazy like lines at the top of the quads. That's really what we want over size. In terms of size, glutes, hamstrings, and calves, those sizes matter more than quads, especially your calves because calves go into your frame. Your calves, your forearms, your shoulders, your lats, they really create the silhouette of your body. I'm not saying get big-ass calves, but calves are definitely more important for size than quads. And glutes and hamstrings give you that overall athletic, balanced look. And they just scream athleticism. Like if you look at like an NFL running back, an NFL wide receiver, it's usually going to be like the overdeveloped, or not overdeveloped, I should say, but developed glutes and hamstrings over just massive quads because they actually do equate to running faster, jumping higher, moving faster, etc. But yeah, we don't want weak calves. And lastly, I want to talk about gym rules. Gym rules, man, let me not ramble, but gym rules. No phones unless you're recording a set or tracking a PR, man. No texting, no social media, limited talking, no standing idle. Limited talking and no standing idle. I pace between sets. I focus on the muscle I'm working during the set, after every set, and before each set. This is training, guys. We're not on our phone doing bullshit. As you see right here, I'm just focused on my form. I'm not pulling out my phone even though I am recording. I'm not talking to nobody, man. I'm focused. And I could talk more about gym rules later, but these are some gym rules that I follow, that I just follow. An aesthetic physique gives you the highest return on investment for your time in the gym. And it's not because of ego, but it's because it forces precision. It requires discipline. It requires consistency. It requires standards. And those traits don't stay in the gym, they transfer. So when you train, you think clear, your tolerance for chaos drops, your standards rise. And this all happens from building an aesthetic physique. It's not all about vanity. Most people never build an aesthetic physique, and it's not because of genetics, but it's because they don't have structure, and it's because they just go to the gym. Truth be told, man. So building an aesthetic physique. An aesthetic physique isn't about vanity. It's a visible reflection of discipline, structure, and standards, and your body becomes the proof. If you want help building an aesthetic physique the right way, I kind of ran through this video, and I'll go back over in a few weeks, but I wanted to keep it pretty short and brief, but I could really go on and on about this because I really believe that building an aesthetic physique is really important. But if you want to work with me one-on-one, or if you want a direct custom training program or custom nutritional program, or both, or you want to know my overall philosophy, because I do have a philosophy ebook, I'll link all that in the description. I'm here to help you guys, man. Do not just go to the gym. Build an aesthetic physique and separate from the pack. This is Randall Branch. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.